Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on euro currency. So just we have said in the weekly report that it seems that euro has sufficient upside momentum to complete at least slightly higher retracement, maybe to 120 area, so we could get some ABC repation on the daily and so on. And indeed, the overall price performance on Monday stand pretty nice. So we saw acceleration and some investors' inspiration for going higher. But once this has happened yesterday, the negative information flows and flies fast and furious. So you heard about the lockdown again in Europe, the tensions with the China and the West countries, imposing sanctions again on the China on the breaking the human law in the country. So that and then problems with the AstraZeneca vaccine. So currently the suggestions stand that this information could be outdated on the AstraZeneca, and there's lots of problems with this vaccine in application in Europe. Some countries have forbidden to use it for some time because it very often leads to the negative consequences to the health of the people. So while this investigation stands among it, it means that the synchronized recovery of the global economy in the major parts of the developed countries in Europe, United States, Asia should be, it seems that it is breaking right now. So while the United States shows relatively more or less positive performance, in Europe we see one problem falls to another. So, and that makes impact on the overall sentiment of the investors and triggers run back to the safety, and it's increased the demand for United States dollar again. As a result, you could see on the interest rates, guys, you could see also we see starting some pullback on retracement on the interest rates, because currently some doubts appears about the pace of recovery, and this is make the pressure on the performance on the interest rates as well. This is weekly chart. On the daily chart, the intraday charts, that looks significantly stronger. Downside action you can see. Also, as you know, the Janet Yellen has spoken concerning the tax increase, and that probably it should be done in the nearest future, because otherwise it will be difficult to finance the government programs and in general to pay for recovery for the stimulus that have been provided massively in recent year. All this stuff, of course, makes negative impact on the markets, and the fruits of this you could see on the market. So euro currency just collapsed yesterday on the big round with this news. Mostly, of course, it's lockdown and problems with the vaccination. So, and now it stands at the bottom. So what we could do in current circumstances, both grabbers have been erased, as you understand. So since market wasn't able to show normal bullish behavior, theoretically it has chances to form a kind of the double bottom, starting upward action and so on. But, well, personally I have some doubts, because overall background and currently stand in the market, it is not the short term. It probably will last for some time. And in the current environment, if market wasn't able to restart upward action based on some bullish, normal bullish price action forming Gartler's T+2 pattern, what the chance that market will show the bounce with the same background and after the strong collapse. So these chances are not very significant, but we will keep an eye on what will happen. Since on the weekly chart, as we said, and in general, we talked about the overall medium-term bearish context on the euro, which I thought that maybe market could still show some pullback a bit more before the downward action will reestablish. But it seems it happens a bit earlier than we suggested, due to the news that have been released recently. And on the on the weekly chart, if you remember our discussion, we have the 116 next destination point, and in general we have the bearish context here. We have potential head and shoulders, the neckline around 116. We have bearish divergence with the MA city, and that's the reason why market we're standing here is just confidence. Now market's trying to break it down. It's not that they were sold anymore on the weekly chart. So in the current environment, I wouldn't consider taking the long positions on the daily, on the high time frames, and waiting for what will happen. If you would like to take the bet on the bearish position, well, you could try, but currently it will be a question where you will place your stop. So in recent sell-off, on the daily chart, it seems that it should be somewhere about this area. So it's a bit risky. Maybe it makes sense to wait a bit more, and then some patterns will be formed or something. We could consider taking the short position on the downward continuation. But we have lost the bullish context currently. On the 4 time frame chart, market stands at some support, so actually it's completed this ABCD pattern here. XOP stands slightly below these lows. It's around 1812. So as I said, some phantom chances exist that maybe market could reestablish this reversal. But as I said, with the lack of the fundamental background for that, what the driver will be of this reversal is unclear. And it means that currently, it makes sense currently to make the bet on this scenario. The one thing that bulls could consider theoretically is just a minor bounce. So for instance, on the hourly chart, you could see that we could get nicely looking double repo buy pattern. So take a look for us down, close above the 3x3, close below, creating the new lows. The market shows the moving above this trend moving average, close above the 3x3. That potentially could be the signal for a scalp trade with a possible pullback. Theoretical target of this trade could be 1880, approximately 50% of the thrust, and you consider it will be the previous lows as well. So that's the only thing that probably bulls could consider if you would like to make the trade here. But this is, as I understand, a very short-term setup. It makes no relation to the things that we have on a daily. And let's keep watching what will happen. So once we get more confidence that we are going to the 116, then we could consider taking the short position, probably on some pullback, on some retracement. Maybe some bearish continuation patterns will be formed by this moment. So we will see. But currently, I wouldn't consider taking any long position by far.